Hi, super collaborators. We have this month, we have the exercise of project management for innovation. And that is the video for this explanation. So usually project management for innovation, we have the issue like, no one is talking about the project management. And usually the innovation teams are very far away from the PMO office, the project management office or project managers, because the excuse of crashing the creativity, or we cannot track innovation projects like normal projects, operational projects. So what does it mean? This is lack of visibility of innovation projects inside the organization, because PMO office, they are only collecting which kind of projects we have inside the organization, and if they are linked to the strategy of the organization. So including universities, by the way, I think the universities need this PMO office to track all the projects of all the researchers plus the university projects. So I think that's a very good practice, maybe, like you can implement in a university, organization, mini company doing innovation, like what are your projects, even if they are innovative or not innovative, what are you doing, how you are spending the money to do something new, like is following, the strategy of the company and or values, depending how you organize the things. So it's very important as well how we can manage a project for innovation is thinking like an agile project management. I think that's the more adequate for innovation. Like it's not a waterfall, it's not like typical grant, it's a project plan, but it's more like we have different iterations, we discuss with the users, we put the user in the center of the concept of the project. And as well, even if we are doing innovation like digital products, I think this is very important as well. Like the user is in the center as an agile. And then sometimes I will recommend only for critical deadlines 1 week or 2 weeks to use a Scrum, but not so much because I found in my perspective, super stressful project methodology. I think only you can use like temporary, for the peaks of work or deadlines, and you have to reach the deadline, and as well to use it in a very human way as well, to say, okay, how we can be more efficient, how we can get to the deadline, how we can coordinate better, all of us, to get there. But innovation, usually that's the nice part of innovation, like it's not so stressful, it's not an operation deadline, like we have to get there, and that's as well the nice part of innovation, like it's not an urgent thing. And if you are getting into urgency, like you have to do this for that day, then you are already in operational mode, you are not anymore doing innovation or experimenting, or going to the market or helping the user to adopt the innovation. Innovation is not something urgent. So if you have urgency or something, I think it's very good to review all the processes and what exactly you are doing, and if this is considered innovation or not, because then already maybe you are in a commercialization part or operational part, and then it's better then to move these projects from the innovation team to another department, like they can operate. And if you want to keep still the innovation mindset, emotion feeling, like it's an innovative thing, then it will be super cool, like to have some kind of monitoring of innovation or some check-ins, like how we're doing, we are keeping this like we planned, like to keep the innovation. Yeah, so good this introduction. Now we go with the exercise of the PDF you have. So project management for innovation. First point, create a group of users called key user group. So that's my favorite. I always have in every project or, service, whatever, with whom you will work, and this is key user group is a group of users, 5 to 10, who represents your end user, your target group. This is for co-thinking, co-creating, co-conceptualizing, co-observing, and ask them how they do things, observe them, as well. You can do a focus group and do all the iterations with them, like is your group, is the key user group, because at the end they will be some kind of ambassadors for your product. Because user requirements, and this is super important, and repeat 3 times, please, this is super important. User requirements is not a list of user requirements in an Excel tab. User requirements is not a list of user requirements in an Excel tab. Okay. User requirements is not a list of user requirements in an Excel tab. So here the exercise is to write down for every project you have, but you can use now this, who is your key user group and who has to be there in the key user group. Second exercise, define the phases of the project, milestones, but in a phase. I think that's much more efficient, with the name of the phase, with the task, who is doing every task, and the deadlines are for the milestones, not for the task. So it's better, a milestone as a group of tasks. And that why? Because you have more a collaborative mindset in the project. We have all together this milestone, this phase. We have to do this, and this is the deadline to do this. This makes clear for the team, clear as a manager, leader, is making super clear as well in the case you have a customer or a senior management team. Today we are in this phase, we are going to do this. That's all. You cannot ask before if it's done because we have a deadline. You cannot ask, but you do that. And it will be super clear for everyone, reducing a lot of stress levels and increase the levels of collaboration within the team. And as well to have this empathy and understanding of, okay, the others are doing this, I am doing this, and because together we have to do this. Exercise 3, plan 4 iterations at least for your innovation project. You can follow the project methodology Agile, like we did in the introduction, process with plan, with the users as well, design, develop, test, here with the users again, implement, and review with the users again. So you will see you need the users, a lot if you want to do innovation. And the 4 iteration is like you are going to change things, And yeah, I think it's easier to make it, to say, 4 iterations, but what does it mean this, So in the phase, in every phase, you have to say something, review, this review. Because in this review, you will review with the users, but as well, you have a task to review and to make changes, And you can say, okay, we cannot review every time. So where exactly is your iteration, When you describe your iteration, like you go to the next part. Because as well, when we are testing, we have to test with the users, we have to train them, we get feedback, and then we say, okay, we have to make, which kind of all of this feedback is important, the priorities, what we can change, what no. Maybe the problem is communication, not the solution. We have to be more mindful, I think, about this. And of course, it's now your time to reflect and to learn. And well, see you next month with a new exercise for innovation, collaboration, entrepreneurship with emotional intelligence. And if you want to go a step ahead, like we have the Collabwith membership with masterclasses, with workshop innovation mindset masterclass, sales masterclass, and the access to the whole free resources of the Collabwith platform, and as well, the directories and the marketplace with funding opportunities, and all in one place for innovation. as we can say. And I am Jara Pascual, the founder of Collabwith, and as well the author of the book Innovation and Collaboration in the Digital Era. And well, see you next month with a new exercise. Bye, super innovators.